Hello everyone, this is Ben Coleman, one of your many hosts here for the Florida Aviation Network, here coming to you at Sun and Fun 2021. If you were noticing, we missed 2020, but we're coming back with a force on 2021. And we are here for the purposes of aviation safety. That's the thread of everything that we do here at the Florida Aviation Network, a project of the National Aviation Safety Foundation. National Aviation Safety Foundation. If you've got a lot of money, or if you have just a marginal amount of money and you're looking for someplace to donate, just slide it right in. Obie Young will be more than happy to talk to you. I don't know, can I do that on the air? Is that allowed? Is that permitted? Anyway, the compelling stories that we have here are, it's not all just about airplanes, it's not all just about space, but it's about the people that are involved to make this industry flourish the way that it is coming back. I tell you, we had a little thing go, anybody heard of COVID-19? It kind of raked us all over the coals, the whole country, the world for that matter. But sometimes we might use that a little bit as an excuse. But I'm looking at it as an opportunity to spring back and to show how we flourish in this industry. Today we have some guests here that have excelled in their fields of expertise, and I would like to introduce you to them at this time. We have Mr. Mike Everhart, as we switch cameras, and we have Mr. Ron Timmermans. Hey, touch me. Put some Ron here. All right. Guys, you're sitting here for what reason? Tell me what you have accomplished so far in your careers. How did you start your aviation career? Mike, tell me, what are you here for?
Well, I'm here for the Regional Aircraft Technician Award.
That mean you're a mechanic?
I am a mechanic. I'm an aircraft maintenance technician. That's the proper term.
Oh, okay.
So, but I started my aviation career when I was in the Navy, and once I got out of the Navy, I went to general aviation, moved into general aviation, and been doing that now for 40 years. And 40 years.
You started when you were 5 years old?
No, I wish.
Okay.
No, yeah, I did start at 5. I did, matter of fact. So in 10 years, I'll be eligible for the Charles Taylor Master Mechanic Award. So I'm excited about that.
And you should be.
Yes.
You should be. Ron, tell me about you. First time I met you, don't know you from Adam's House Cat.
Not quite. You and I have been friends for a number of years, and we like to joke around with each other, of course. But I'm here because I was selected as the CFI of the year, and so I'm delighted to represent my fellow CFIs and thrilled with the award. And I'm mostly here because you and Obie told me to sit here, and so that's what.
Ron, CFI, is that chronic friend indeed? What does CFI stand for?
That could be, I guess. I like to think of it as Certificated Flight Instructor, CFI, those who are involved in aviation education to pilots in the cockpit and on the ground. And so I enjoy doing that, of course, and have been successful at that and delighted.
So you were a teacher of sorts?
Yes, sir, I am.
So is it true, Ryan, that those who can do and those who can't, how's the rest of that go?
Those who can't get out of aviation, I think. At least that's what I would think they should. So,
no, I'm being very critical of you, but I tell you, it's quite an honor, and you do have a good reputation in the area of being a very smooth and very thorough instructor. And I don't know if you knew that, but you do have a good reputation.
Thank you.
And Mike, we were just batting it around before we came on about how maintenance technicians, they don't go until we say it goes. So really, who's in charge of the flight, okay? I'm just saying, pilot in command or mechanic in command?
It's the ones of us that turn the wrenches every day, and if we don't like the pilot flying the airplane or the owner, we just flip a bolt up in the air and say, hey, I got something off your airplane here.
Yeah, take it if you want, but I wouldn't get in it. But Mike, what have you been doing? We talked, I did bring up the C word, the COVID word.
Right.
But what have you been doing in the meantime? 'Cause the last time we talked was a couple years ago, but
It was 2019 when I was here then.
anything new?
Well, I've been busy, the COVID thing. I've been busy creating webinar programs for webinars. So, and I work with a couple. I have about 9 fast team program managers. This is it also with my normal aircraft maintenance duties at Bell Aircraft Maintenance where I work at. So I'm the director of maintenance there. So I not only do my job there running the shop, also my rest of the time I do fast team programs. But what I've been doing is I have 9 fast team program managers across the country that assist me with webinars. So we put on the webinars, and the webinars are for pilots, owners, and mechanics. And they get AMT credits, they get the wings credit for any of the webinars that we put on, but they're very informative programs. But I've started developing those, and once I put the programs together on the slide presentations, I send it to my fast team program manager in Charlotte, and he reviews it, does whatever, and sends it on up the chain of command. So it's kind of nice. One of the programs I did last year actually went worldwide. So I had people across the whole globe watching this webinar, and I had almost 400 people watching the webinar. So that was kind of nice to have that many people participate or listening to what I had to say. So, but I've got a webinar coming up April 28th at 7 p.m. It's on oil changes. It's the topic is I can't remember the exact name of it. It's for the owner that does his own oil change under CFR.
Preventative maintenance.
Right, under CFR 43, Appendix A, Subpart C. So the preventive maintenance section that the owners of the aircraft can do themselves. So we've got that basically showing him how to change the oil in an airplane.
How about him or her?
Or him or her too.
I mean,
so I do have women that are customers also, but they usually say, "Well, Mike, go ahead and change my oil for me." So
ladies make pretty good mechanics. I got to admit.
I had some when I was in the Navy. We had some women aviation machinist mates, the mechanics like me, and they were so knowledgeable. So, but I've got another webinar coming up in June, and this one's on safety wiring, and it's safety wiring and fastener techniques, or something like that. So you can go on if you have a Fast Team account, you can go on there, and the SPANS announcement will go out. But that's the one that actually went worldwide. So, and it talks about safety wiring. It was one of the quarterly programs that they put out, I think, last year. So I kind of modified it, put my stuff in it, and teaching, it shows everybody how to properly safety wire something, how to document the maintenance that you do on the aircraft. A person that's an owner of an aircraft and you go out and, for instance, change the oil in your airplane. Well, you have to document that maintenance in your records. In your logbook, you have to sign in there the log entry. So with these webinars, we teach you how to do that. We show you how to do that, the proper log entry, and we also show you the proper tools that you need to perform the task, the calibrated torque wrenches. We show you all that stuff, tell you what you need to know, how you have to have it calibrated, because if you don't calibrate your torque wrench, how do you know that you're torquing that bolt or that oil filter to the manufacturer's specifications? You don't, unless it's properly torqued.
Mike, I'm going to ask you a question, and it's going to just rattle the entire fabric of our industry. When Ron dumps a quart of oil in his Bonanza, is that work? Is that servicing the engine?
It is.
Ooh. Ron, how many logbook entries do you make when you add a quart of oil?
I try not to ever add any so that I don't have to log it.
But
Yeah, there's been a time or two I've added some, yes, I'm sure.
Did you make the appropriate entry?
Probably not.
Wrong answer. I did, but you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be in the logbook.
That's right. It was on the back of an envelope. I
You
remember
could do it
now.
on a cocktail napkin and then transfer it into the logbook at a time. You made an entry. I'm sorry, we just kind of shut down the whole operation. GA is going to stop as we know it around the world because people aren't adding a logbook entry when they add a quart of oil. Mike, I'm going to switch over to Ron for just a second. Then I'm going to get back into you because you and I, we got a thing going on here with this maintenance thing. Ron, what have you been doing during the past COVID-19 thing?
Well, among
other than helping out with Florida Aviation
Yeah.
Network, because I see your meatball on your shirt there.
Indeed, I have. I have been watching some of Mike's webinars, and so learning about things to do on my airplane that I can do as an owner, self-performed maintenance, and how to log it properly in the logbook. I guess I missed the part about adding a quart of oil and having to log that, but from here on, I will make sure I do that. I have been doing a lot of flight instruction, even this last year during the pandemic. My norm for the last few years is I fly about 400 hours a year, 300 to 350 of them as flight instructor. So I do a good bit of flight instruction, almost exclusively in Beechcraft Bonanzas and Barons, because that's the airplane that I know probably the best. And I have a number of clients that seek me out because they're looking for someone to help them in their Bonanza or Baron, so I get a lot of clients that way. I do a few instrument ratings each year, and I do some commercial ratings and the like, but I don't do any ab initio instruction anymore. It's all high performance transition training and the like. And so that's my niche, and I really enjoy doing that, of course, and I get a lot of fulfillment out of doing that. I've also been working, as you mentioned, with the Florida Aviation Network, doing interviews. Last year, I believe it was, or 2 years ago, I interviewed the then regional award winners, to include Mike, actually. I interviewed him on a Zoom interview, and we published that on Florida Aviation Network's YouTube channel. And I've also been doing a lot of work for the National Association of Flight Instructors. We do interviews with aviation personalities as well on a monthly program called Mentor Live. And so I've been able to participate on a number of occasions, being the host, interviewing an aviation personality, and some emphasis on safety and flight instruction. So that, and it's been keeping me busy enough.
Ron and Mike, I've made an observation. I'm not getting any younger, and I kind of noticed that y'all aren't either. What are we going to do to bring some young folks back in to take those chairs and be the award winners?
Go ahead.
Oh, threw Ron under the bus. Nice move. I like that. Way to go, Mike.
So certainly the future of aviators, whether they be pilots or mechanics or fast team members, are in the youth of today. So just a few moments ago, I finished an interview with Rochelle Floyd, the Director of Scholarships for the Aerospace Center for Excellence here at Lakeland. And they have a wonderful program where they are awarding scholarships to deserving young people to learn how to fly and to eventually to become mechanics and the like, and to give them STEM education scholarships for furthering their education. So that is certainly one effort that is going on even as we speak, and generously funded by many donors, to include the James C. Ray Foundation and various other donors that donate towards that and the like. But as individuals, whether it be Mike or Ron or you, Ben, we can also zero in on a specific person that we see potential in to become a pilot or a mechanic, or just somehow being involved in aviation and the like, and mentor them. And I have had the chance of doing that in the last couple of years. A young friend of mine that I met at our church, he has an interest in music, as do I, and then also we learned that we had a mutual interest in aviation. So I gave him a ride in our Bonanza. He was absolutely thrilled. He gave me a ride in his simulator and his desktop at his home. That was a wonderful thing. It was amazing because it was like the week after I gave him a ride in our Bonanza, I went in and he said, "Let me show you my simulator." And he brought up the picture of an airplane, and lo and behold, it looked like a Beechcraft Bonanza. And as I looked at the end number, it was our end number. And he'd also duplicated the panel on there. So, I mean, it was like feeling right at home. So that kind of clicked. Michael and I have been good friends ever since. And I was able to help him apply for an AOPA scholarship, and he got a scholarship that was sufficient to get him all the way through his private pilot license, and I'm giving him some instrument instruction now. And so that's my way of giving back to the youth of aviation that are going to be, actually they're the aviators of today, not just the aviators of tomorrow, but they're the aviators of today that will eventually replace old guys like us.
Yeah.
Mike, what are you doing?
Well, we do, well, before the COVID-19, I used to have school tours come through. We'd have anywhere from kindergartners all the way up to college grads. One of the colleges there in Asheville, North Carolina is AB Tech, and they have a pilot program. So they bring their students over into our hangar, so I give them the nickel-cent tour, take them into the engine shop, show them all the pieces of the engine that go together to make these things run. And because we have engines tore apart in there, and then I take them out in the hangar and show them around and inside the hangar, explain to them what we do as aircraft maintenance technicians. And then the kindergartners, when they come in, I go to the dollar store and buy this whole bag of airplanes and put them together, so when they come in and I give them the tour, let them get an airplane and do the yokes and play with them, and then I give them all airplanes. So 30 minutes later, you got all these kids running around the hangar throwing airplanes, little airplanes around. But we do that, and I enjoy sharing my knowledge with all these young people that come through, and hopefully, because I know my field, all of us are, all except for me, are getting older. I'm not getting any older.
Okay.
No. But and people are starting to retire. So what's going to happen in the near future is, most of us are going to be retired. So who's going to maintain these airplanes? And that's why we hope that a lot of these young students start going into like the aviation maintenance program and getting their airframe power plant certificate and coming into the field. And we really need technicians in the general aviation community. Not so much the airlines. They're usually knocking on the door when they graduate and they scarf them out. But very few go into general aviation. And and if things don't change, when Ron goes and gets in his airplane, it's broke. It's like, who am I going to get to fix my airplane? Because there's no mechanics around. So that's going to be a problem.
You can call Mike.
Yeah, you call me. I'll drive down from North Carolina and fix your airplane. We'll charge you a penny.
Oh.
Yeah. But you made one mistake.
What's that?
As good as you are, you made one mistake.
What's that?
You let the kids get in the airplane and wiggle the yoke.
Yeah.
Need to get in there and wiggle the stick, man.
I
Teach them how to fly
don't have
stick.
any of those. If I did that, I'd have to get the guy on the field that has the T6 to bring it down to our hangar so they can get in the cockpit and do the
Yeah, I'm going to let some kid
the
hop in my
stick.
T6 and wiggle stuff around it.
Really?
But no, that's okay, and it's okay if you teach them. But guys, I think you pretty well answered the next question I had for both of you. What you're going to do in the future is you're going to try to hook in some young folks. And the ultimate airman, because Ron, he's focused on the pilot side of the house. You're focused on the mechanic side of the house. There's a young fellow here in the local area that has he's done both. He's flying aerobatics. He built the pits, and he's got his airframe, and he's working on his power plant. So I'm encouraging everybody. Ron, when can you know too much about your airplane?
I don't think that will ever happen.
Well, there's one time that I can think of, and that's when it's on fire.
Oh, okay.
Now I know way too much about my airplane if it's
Yeah.
on fire, because I'm burning and something's fixing to happen. It's not
No,
good.
you got to pop the door and get out.
I'm at 3,000 feet.
Well, still, a parachute and jump out.
Okay, what are you doing?
What, in the future?
No, you got mechanics. Do you encourage them to be pilots? Go fly this thing after you work on it. After you sign it off, close it up, take it around the patch.
I do ask them. I said, well, go up and fly it around and test it out, check everything out. If you got any problems, bring it back to me, and I'll take care of it. So, but the thing is anytime I do maintenance on an airplane, and I hope other technicians feel the same way. When you got to take pride in what you do. You've got to think of these airplanes as if they're your own. You got to put your family in it and think, okay, am I going to do this safely for this guy and his family to get in that airplane and fly from North Carolina to Florida? So, and not have any issues. You know, it's like get in your car, and drive off, and know you're not going to have any problems. So we have to take pride in what we do and make sure that that airplane's safe for everyone to get into. No shoddy maintenance. Everything's by the book. Do it by the regulations, and don't cut any corners.
And Mike, I'm going to wind up with you, and I'm not going to slight you, Ron, just because you're one of those stick wigglers or yoke waggler. But how many times from a maintenance side of the house have you just, your eyes pop open at 2 o'clock in the morning saying, I don't remember safety in that nut?
Oh, I've never had that. No, I'm kidding.
No, the phone rings or somebody says,
You know,
and we're winding it up right now, but this is a yes or no answer.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much,
woke
folks. Go ahead, Mike.
You know, I've actually woke up in the middle of the night thinking about that, get in my car, drive to the hangar, go to that airplane. Yes, I did it. Get back in the car and say, okay, now I can go back to sleep.
We're going to end that on a positive note because the airplane made it and came back, didn't it?
It did.
Okay, good. Gentlemen, thank you very much for being
Thank you,
here
Ben.
with us today. Let's do it again sometime and bring somebody young with you.
Maybe next year if I win the award again.
We're going to wind it up. That is another interview here at the Florida Aviation Network, Sun and Fun 2021. And I'm Ben Coleman, your anchor host, and we'll see you next interview.